Listen quietly and allow these words to settle like dust on still water. There are moments in life when a person feels as though something unseen has been taken from them. Opportunities slip away, efforts bring no fruit, and the heart begins to whisper, "My luck has been stolen." But understand this gently: nothing that belongs to you can truly be stolen unless you first release your hold upon it. What you call luck is not a thing that others can carry away in their hands. It is a state of harmony between your inner world and the flow of life. When the mind becomes restless, fearful, or attached to loss, this harmony breaks and it feels as though fortune has abandoned you. So do not chase after the thief. Instead, return to yourself. Take a small amount of salt, pure and simple, and a few bay leaves, dry and fragrant. These are not magical in themselves, but they carry a quiet symbolism. Salt reminds you of preservation, of grounding, of cleansing what has been disturbed. The bay leaf represents intention, the silent wish that grows without force. Place them in a hidden corner of your space, somewhere undisturbed. Not because the place holds power, but because your awareness does. As you do this, do not beg for luck to return. Do not act from fear. Simply set a calm intention: what is meant for me will flow back to me. Do not keep checking the spot. Do not fill your mind with doubt. The more you cling, the more you push away the very thing you seek. Life does not respond to desperation, it responds to stillness. Before the coming days pass, take a moment each morning to sit quietly. Breathe in and notice the breath. Breathe out and release the need to control outcomes. In that space, you will begin to feel something shift, not outside, but within. And when the inner world becomes steady again, you will see clearly nothing was stolen. You had only wandered away from your own balance. When you return, everything returns with you. Luck is not something that can be stolen, it is an inner state of balance and harmony within you. What people often call luck is not an object that can be taken, lost, or hidden by someone else. It is not like a coin that slips from your hand or a possession that disappears in the night. It is something far more subtle and deeply rooted within you. Luck is the natural flow that arises when your mind, heart, and actions are in quiet harmony with life itself. When this harmony is present, things seem to fall into place. Opportunities appear, decisions feel clear, and even challenges carry hidden ease. But when this inner balance is disturbed, everything begins to feel heavy, blocked, and uncertain, giving the illusion that something has been stolen. In moments of difficulty, the mind looks for someone or something to blame. It creates stories of loss, imagining that an outside force has taken away what once belonged to you. Yet this belief only deepens the distance between you and your natural state. The more you believe your luck is gone, the more your thoughts become clouded with fear, doubt, and restlessness. And it is this inner turbulence that disrupts your path, not any unseen thief. If you observe closely, you will notice that what you call good luck often appears when you are calm, present, and unattached to outcomes. It flows when you trust the process of life rather than trying to control it. In this state, your awareness sharpens, your actions align naturally, and you begin to move with life instead of against it. This is the true source of what people name as luck. So instead of searching outside or trying to reclaim something lost, turn inward. Recognize that nothing essential has been taken from you. The flow you seek has simply been covered by layers of worry and confusion. As you begin to quiet the mind and release the need to chase or force outcomes, that flow gradually reveals itself again. In this understanding, you no longer fear losing your luck because you realize it was never separate from you. It has always been a reflection of your inner state, waiting patiently for you to return to balance. Feelings of bad luck come from inner disturbance, fear, and loss of calm, not from external forces. When a person begins to feel that their luck has turned against them, it rarely begins in the outer world. It begins quietly within. A single moment of doubt, a small fear, or an attachment to a specific outcome can slowly disturb the stillness of the mind. At first, this disturbance is subtle, almost unnoticeable. But as it grows, it begins to color the way you see everything. Situations that were once neutral start to feel negative, and ordinary challenges begin to appear as signs that something is wrong. In this way, the feeling of bad luck is born not from reality itself, but from the lens through which you are viewing it. Fear plays a powerful role in this shift. When fear enters the mind, it creates tension and resistance. You begin to expect things to go wrong, and this expectation influences your actions. You may hesitate where you once moved with confidence or rush decisions out of anxiety rather than clarity. These small changes in behavior can lead to outcomes that reinforce your belief that luck is no longer on your side. But in truth, it is not luck that has changed, it is your inner state guiding your outer experience. Attachment also deepens this feeling. When you become overly attached to a specific result, you create a narrow path in your mind, believing that only one outcome can bring satisfaction. If life moves in a different direction, even slightly, it feels like failure or loss. This resistance to what is creates inner conflict, and that conflict disrupts your natural flow. Instead of adapting and moving forward with ease, you become stuck holding on to what should have been. As fear, doubt, and attachment grow, they form a cycle. The more you feel unlucky, the more these emotions increase. And the more they increase, the more your experience seems to confirm that belief. It becomes a loop that feeds itself, making it harder to see clearly. But this cycle can be broken. The moment you become aware of your inner disturbance, you begin to loosen its hold. By observing your thoughts without immediately believing them, you create space within your mind. In that space, calmness can return. And as calmness returns, your perception begins to shift again. You start to see that what you called bad luck was not an external force working against you, but a reflection of inner imbalance. With this understanding, you no longer feel powerless. Instead, you realize that by restoring peace within yourself, you naturally restore the flow of your life. Salt and bay leaves are symbols of cleansing and intention, helping you refocus your mind rather than acting as magic. Salt and bay leaves, though simple and ordinary in appearance, carry a quiet meaning that speaks more to the mind than to the material world. Many people look at such things and believe they hold some hidden power, as if placing them in a certain spot will instantly change their fate. But their true purpose is far more subtle. They act as reminders, gentle tools that help guide your awareness back to a state of clarity and intention. Salt has long been associated with preservation and cleansing. When you hold it in your hand, it can remind you of stability, of grounding yourself in the present moment. Just as salt can keep things from spoiling, it symbolizes your ability to protect your inner peace from being disturbed by fear and negativity. When you place it somewhere with awareness, it becomes less about the object itself and more about the act of choosing to clear what no longer serves you. It is a quiet declaration that you are ready to release the heaviness that has been clouding your mind. The bay leaf, on the other hand, represents intention. Its fragrance and form have for centuries been linked to wishes and quiet aspirations. When you look at it, you are reminded that your thoughts carry direction. What you hold in your mind, especially with calm focus, begins to shape how you move through life. The bay leaf does not grant your desires, rather, it reflects your willingness to hold an intention without force, without desperation, and without fear. When these two are placed together, they create a simple ritual not of magic, but of mindfulness. The act itself becomes a pause in your day, a moment where you step away from confusion and return to awareness. You are no longer reacting to life unconsciously. Instead, you are choosing to set a quiet intention while also letting go of what weighs you down. This is where their true value lies. They help you shift your focus from outside to inside. Instead of believing that something external will fix your life, you begin to see that change starts with your state of mind. The ritual becomes a bridge, guiding you from restlessness to calm, from fear to quiet trust. In this way, salt and bay leaves do not change your luck. They help you remember that you are the one who aligns with it. Letting go of desperation and control allows life to naturally restore what is meant for you. When the mind is overwhelmed by uncertainty, it often seeks control over things that cannot truly be controlled. It looks for signs, rituals, or hidden methods that might bring comfort or restore what feels lost. In such moments, even the smallest actions begin to carry emotional weight. But the real transformation never comes from the object or the action itself. It comes from the awareness behind it. When you feel that your path is blocked or that opportunities are slipping away, pause and observe how your thoughts are moving. Notice how quickly the mind creates stories of delay, of failure, of unseen forces working against you. These thoughts may feel real, but they are only patterns shaped by fear and expectation. They are not absolute truths, but temporary movements within consciousness. Life does not respond to panic or pressure. It responds to alignment. And alignment is not something you force, it is something you allow. When your inner state is scattered, your perception of life becomes scattered too. You begin to interpret every delay as rejection, every challenge as loss. But when your mind settles, even the same situations begin to look different. What once felt like obstruction may reveal itself as timing. What once felt like loss may reveal itself as redirection. This is why external rituals, when misunderstood, can become distractions rather than tools. If you believe that placing something in a certain spot will instantly change your destiny, you place your power outside of yourself. But when you understand the ritual as a reminder, it becomes something different. It becomes a moment where you consciously shift from fear to awareness, from chaos to calm. The true shift happens in silence. In the space where you stop reacting and start observing, something subtle changes. Your breathing slows, your thoughts soften, and your need to control outcomes begins to fade. In that space, clarity naturally arises. You no longer feel like life is happening against you, but rather through you. And as this understanding deepens, the idea of stolen luck loses its grip. You begin to realize that nothing essential was ever taken. What changed was your relationship with your own mind. When the mind is restless, life feels blocked. When the mind is clear, life begins to move again. So the real work is not in searching for external fixes, but in returning again and again to inner stillness. Because in that stillness, everything you thought was lost quietly finds its way back to you. Inner stillness and awareness are the true ways to regain your flow, peace, and luck. When a person finally begins to understand the deeper nature of their experience, they are able to see the world in a new light. They realize that nothing in life is fixed as permanently lost or permanently gained. Everything moves in cycles of clarity and confusion, ease and difficulty, expansion and contraction. What people often label as luck is simply the way life feels when these cycles align smoothly with one's inner state. When the mind is calm, life feels open. When the mind is disturbed, life feels blocked. The outer world does not suddenly change its rules. Instead, perception changes, and with it, experience changes. Many times people become trapped in the belief that their fortune has been taken away by something outside themselves. This belief is powerful because it shifts responsibility outward. It suggests that something invisible is controlling outcomes and that the individual is powerless. But this is only a story created by the mind when it feels overwhelmed. In reality, life continues to respond not to fear or belief, but to the state from which you act. When awareness deepens, you begin to notice that every phase of difficulty carries within it an invitation. It is an invitation to slow down, to observe, and to return to balance. Instead of reacting with frustration or anxiety, you start to watch your thoughts as they arise. You see how quickly the mind builds narratives, how it connects unrelated events and forms conclusions like, I am unlucky or something is against me. But these are not facts, they are interpretations shaped by emotion. As you practice this observation, something subtle begins to shift. The grip of these thoughts weakens. You no longer identify completely with every fear that appears in your mind. Space begins to open between you and your thoughts. In that space, peace becomes possible again. And in that peace, your actions naturally become more aligned, more clear, and more effective. At this stage, external practices or symbols are no longer seen as sources of power, but as gentle reminders to return inward. They help anchor attention for a moment, but they do not create change by themselves. Real change happens when awareness becomes steady. When you are no longer lost in mental noise, your natural rhythm with life returns. And when that rhythm returns, what once felt like lost luck is recognized as something never truly gone. It was only hidden beneath layers of confusion. As those layers dissolve, life begins to feel lighter again, not because the world has changed, but because you have remembered how to see clearly once more.